Hello and welcome to yet another episode of Optics Trade Debates, where we answer the most frequently asked questions that we receive over email. I'm Andrash.
Theodor.
And today we're going to talk about the classification of turrets by the number of turns. Now on our website we have a specification that says number of turret turns. What does that actually mean?
Well, this is quite a common question, especially among hunters, because those who buy tactical scopes, they already know the answer. But with buyers who buy hunting scopes, it usually is, what does that mean? So it basically means how many times can a turret be rotated around its axis. So how many revolutions can you do with a turret? It also means how many clicks does it have. And we basically have three groups. Single turn, that means they can only rotate once. Double turn, they can rotate twice. And multi-turn, that means everything above 2 times. So these are the three main groups which are also specified on our webpage.
On our webpage you can also find acronyms like ST, DT, MT. What does that stand for?
Yeah, this acronym stands for single turn fashion, double turn fashion and multi-turn fashion. This goes way back, I would say 10 years back, when these acronyms were used by Schmidt and Bender in their catalogs, and they classified their scopes as single turn or double turn, because you can order different types of turrets on the same model of the scope. So let's say you ordered a 4 to 16 scope and then you were able to choose either between a single turn turret or a double turn turret. And on some other scopes they featured multi-turn turrets. So these acronyms are now, I would say, industry standard. So you know immediately single turn ST means for the turrets which can only be rotated once. So they go from 0 for 360 degrees around approximately, and that's it, then they stop. So they're limited with 1 turn. The whole elevation range is limited. On modern BDC turrets on hunting scope it's the same. It also goes only 1 revolution, usually between 60 and 90 clicks, and that's it. So they feature only single turn. I would also like to point out that the windage turret usually also only has 1 turn on majority of the scopes. Only exception are some hunting scopes which have multi-turn windage turrets, and on some target scopes which also feature a lot of windage adjustment range, they also have multi-turn turrets. So we ended up with single turn, then we have a double turn. That means that you have a turret which only can revolve 2 times. And when you go into the second turn, so into the double turn, you have a turn indicator on the scope, which like this pin pops out, and then you know you're in the second turn.
Now this actually gets me to the next question, which is, we have here on this desk quite a lot of different turrets. What are the different types of turn indicators?
Well, the turn indicators can be found only on double turn, usually only on double turn turrets. They can be found also on, I have to correct myself, the mechanical turn indicators can only be found on double turn turrets. The single turn, they don't need a turn indicator because you are always in the first turn.
Of course.
With a double turn, you have usually mechanical indicator, which means when you enter the second turn,
this pin pops out.
Okay. Let's say Schmidt and Bender and Kales, they both have them, these pins on top of the turrets, so you can easily even feel it. If it's dark, you don't see it, you feel it that you're in the second turn. So it's much easier to know how many clicks you already dialed in and to know when you're really returning to 0. All these turrets have the single turn and double turn always have 0 stop. So you know, okay, now I'm in the second turn. When you go back to 0, when it stops, you know you're back at 0. The main point is that you're able to feel it, not only to see it. There are, not so usual, but can also be found the double turn turrets which have a visual turn indicator. that means that the color somewhere changes. The Schmidt and Benner had turrets with a window where it went from black to yellow, or from white to from black to yellow. It went. Then Minox had a turn indicator which went from black to white, and so on. I will show how the Vortex has a turn indicator, which is a little bit different, since it pops out on
it's
the
also
side.
mechanical, right?
It's also mechanical, so it doesn't pop on the top, but on the side.
Okay.
So this is double turn turrets, which are found on the most expensive, most high quality scopes. Tactical scopes are always mechanical and can be felt, not only seen. On multi-turn turrets, which are usually on target scopes or on hunting scopes, on really in not really often, but in a couple of cases you can find multi-turn turrets also on tactical scopes, but it's really unusual. So these turrets usually have a turn indicator in a form of small lines beneath the turret. So it has a, let's say, a multi-turret that I like on this side one has a 5 or 6 revolutions. So you have small lines.
So the the turret actually rises up,
Yeah,
and the numbers
I can
can
show
be
you
seen
here. If I do it like this, you see
Yeah.
the turret is now going down, and when it's going down, it covers
The
all
numbers.
the numbers. When it's going up, you see the engraved lines and numbers, and then you can see that in which turn you are located. But this is I would say it's not the best way you can see the in which turn you are in. It can always be a little bit confusing. It's not so accurate and so on. Let's say Zigzauer Optics has a different approach. They're using a special indicator which has numbers for the turret turns, and then when you apply the clicks, this indicator moves inside and it shows you in which number you are located in. It's also, I really like that someone is trying hard to do
A
unique turn indicator, because it is important that you know in which turn you're in. If I show to the camera. And then with hunting turrets, there is usually no turn indicator. So you don't know in which turn you are in, you only know when you're zeroed, and that's it. So there are also scopes with no turn indicator at all.
Okay, now that we talked about all of these turn indicators, so mechanical and with
and
numbers,
visual, yeah.
with visual, of course. What is the usual number of turns for each turret type?
Well, I would say with BDC, modern BDC turrets on a modern hunting scopes is a single turn. So
Okay.
the number of turns is 1. So I would say all modern BDC turrets meant for long range hunting, they have 1 single turn.
Yes, the same goes for these two, right? So
Yeah, this is, as you can see on the ASV of Zeiss, on the ASV of Leica. I'm saying ASV because they're German manufacturers, and ASV in German means BDC in English. They all have single turn turrets. Swarovski also has a single turn turret. Kahles also has a single turn turret. Hunting scopes from Schmidt and Benner have a single turn turret, and so on. Then with tactical scopes, high quality tactical scopes, you usually have either, like with the Schmidt and Benner, single turn. It only goes 1 revolution, or more commonly double turn. So everything what is a little bit more expensive and high quality, it usually has a double turn turret. There are a couple of examples where a tactical scope also has a multi-turn turret with a more advanced turn indicators, usually visual, but there are only a few of them. If I name one, the Schmidt and Benner 12 to 52 has a multi-turn tactical turret with a turn indicator with numbers. Then if we go to target scopes and target turrets, they usually feature multi-turn. So the reason is because they have really fine clicks and a huge number of clicks because of the elevation range. So like on this Citron, you have a multi-turn turret on a target scope. Then the last one is again hunting, normal, capped, low profile hunting turrets. They also usually feature multi-turn fashion, so they can be rotated at least 3 or 4 times.
Thank you for all the explanations. We have come to the end. If you found this video useful, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and if you have any additional questions you want to ask, then either send us an email or leave a comment in the comment section below. Thank you and goodbye.
Thank you and goodbye.